Check, check. Check two, check two. Hello, hello, hello. Today, looking to expand our knowledge on the Cloudflare Workers. So going to dive deeper into that, including adding some new routes. So dealing with posts as well as using JWTs as a bit of an experiment. But also going to look into some of the flow on that, on refresh tokens for another project that I'm working on. And there was one other thing that I was thinking about, but I can't think of it at the moment. But if you have any questions about any of that, please let me know either in the chat or join the Discord. All right, let's get started. Let's see here. And so that was Cloudflare Workers, if it wasn't clear. So our Cloudflare worker currently, give her that notification. Cloudflare worker currently does a fetch request that it just returns hello world and then gets a counter from our key value namespace. So this was our worker that we created for the counter on the website. Now let's see if we earlier, so this is, let's make this where we can actually read it. So the preview ID is this 67 ending in F8. Okay. When we start the server with X Wrangler dev remote. Oh, what are you complaining about? Oh, it doesn't like the formatting of that. Let's do this then. Hello. Okay. Just wanted to be able to see both of those at the same time to make sure everything was working, or everything was. What now? Address already in use. The Wrangler seems to drop, or when it crashes, it seems to still maintain the port, but I'm not positive about that. That's that. And this was port 8976. 897 worker D. PS Elix pipe grep worker D grep minus V grep. We don't want to know about grep. Minus 9. Okay, so now if we rerun it, that should work on our... Okay, so let's look at our results. Are we getting... That is not... Okay, localhost. All right, well, localhost is working. It wasn't working earlier. I thought we were going to have to troubleshoot that, so happy days. So that is reading from our remote preview key value store. Our live key value store is returning a 25, and if we go to, oh no, sandbox was where we wanted to be, 26, and refresh here, we have a 26. Okay, so, and then last thing to check here is if we $99. So we put another value into our preview container. Refresh. No, 99. There we go. Just had to wait a second. All right, good. Now let's add this one goes over here. I want this one. Oh, and just let's use Postman to hit our new endpoint, just because we're going to do posting. It's going to be a bit easier instead of curling JSON from the curling JSON can be a little tricky sometimes. Postman. So that returns that. Now, if we look back at our function here, it's just a fetch. Now I'm betting that is for either or any method. So if we change that to a post, does it do the exact same thing? It does. And a put, same thing. How about a delete? Same thing. Head probably is different. Yeah. So what we want to do is investigate sending, differentiating between gets and posts. So let's come back to the workers. That was return fetch. Looking for fetch. I'm betting we just check the request as opposed to checking the request method as opposed to actually receiving a different handler. keep coming to this page hoping there's something of value here, but I've yet to see something that specifically is of value to me. Let's look at this one. Anything? No. All right. Not you. Oops. Didn't want to close that. I just wanted to go to a different page. And here we have some handlers. Alarm handler. What's this? Okay, that's if there's an alarm on this. In your account, I guess? An email handler, so that's if you... So that's... Oh. So this is what we were seeing yesterday where it was talking about handling specific emails. So if you... So this would forward a message. I guess you hook that into an email in your account so that it knows how to handle that. I need to look into that more. A request, an environment, context. Okay. Let's see, if we're inside the worker documentation, let's just try post method. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So request method. So let's try that. If so request if okay, so that's not okay. Yeah, request.json. So the JSON comes in as a stream, and you have to await that, and then we will have the results in body as an object, I believe. So this is acting as if we are receiving the counter. But here, let's just return yeah, we'll just echo it back as a post. Now, why is it's funny. So it's acting like if that is I'm seeing this as faded out, as if the oh, hang on, I think I'm just missing that's why it was acting as the faded out made me believe that it thought that the return had happened all the time and the code wouldn't be executed, but it was just a missing curly brace. You spend half your time as an engineer looking for a missed character. All right, so let's save that. Okay, I think that restarted, but let's see. So if we come back, send a get. Now let's send a post, and let's include a JSON body. Okay, that failed. Why did that fail? Did we get any log? Let's go back to a get. Post. Okay. Doesn't like something. Let's actually not read anything here. Let's just return hello world. Okay. Is there an error in here? Internal server error. Incorrect type for promise. Oh. Silly me. Listening to Copilot and not actually paying attention. That's what happened. So we need to return a new response. Just grab that. And instead of JSON, it would be okay. Object. So we need to stringify that. Cool. So send. All right. So now we have a post method, and if we go back to get, yeah, actually we could do a get, do that. And then down here for the default, we can actually we could bail out early just to make it easier, so that it's less implicit. If request method and might be am I mixing up Python and JSON? It'd be index of if get post probably header. Probably need the header dot index of request method return. Where is status? The actual status code. Let's see, actually, there we go. So, if index of request method, that's a get. If it's if it's equal to -1. So get works post works. Oh, it's head, not header. Oh. Yep. Head, not header. Head is a 500. Let's go back, check get again. Now post. Head. Strange. Something to look into. Head might be used in testing. And probably the browser sends a request to a head to validate before actually sending the full request for expecting the result, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So let's just say if it's not get or post. Or actually, let's just take that out for now and then try sending head, and what does it result in? It's still a 500. Okay, so wasn't something we did there. So we leave it as get or post. So if we send a put, it's a 501 not implemented. Patch 501, delete 501. Okay. So now that we have that, let's come back up to our post. Status okay. So get or post put fails. If it's not get or put, it fails. Okay, that's better. Let's just move get to the top just because it seems more logical and inside my head. Okay. So the get sends the all right, now let's see if we send a post with our body foobar, if we get back OK and foobar. We do, except that's coming back as stringified. We don't need to stringify that because we stringify the whole thing. Excellent. So we can receive JSON, we can return the JSON. We validate we have the correct methods being processed. Or actually, can we just do a no, I don't want counter. I was just going to use a get equal, or get, yeah, get equals. get is an async. So now if we then just get return await get. See if I got that right on the first try. I didn't think so. I can close this there. I've been writing Python most recently for several months, and my JavaScript seems to have escaped me. Async. An async. So our get is a constant. So we should be able to execute the get. So let's try it without. We could actually send the. I wonder if it has to be scoped into the fetch itself. So we could do a return new response. Oh wait, get. And so then instead of returning that, we just return headers. Oh, missing the closing brace. Let's see. Wow. Console log. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. Thank you. Now, excuse me. Make this window bigger. Env is not defined. Of course, because we didn't pass it. Env. Was there anything else? Just trying to clean it up so it's a little easier to read what's happening. Sometimes you end up making it worse. End was not defined. Did save it. And it was not defined. But oh. Wow, my brain is just not awake this morning. I don't know what's happening to me. It was a lot of hassle just to make it a little easier to read. We can do the same with our post. The env we don't need. We need request. Return. Oh wait. No. We want post and request. Get still works. Post still works. Nope, post doesn't quite work because we actually just want to return. Just want to return that. All right, and we can make that a little just get rid of that. We could also do methods equals get and then let's just this is handler. All right, let's see if that worked. No, of course not. What did I do wrong? Oh, because it's, yeah, handler equals methods request methods. Handler is not a function. Handler is handler undefined undefined. So handler's undefined. Oh, because the ooh, come on, brain. No, yeah. So, but no, that doesn't work. I need to actually address it like it's the. That's not gonna work. Yeah. No, it's just no. Really having a problem using my brain this morning. All right. Method get is get. So that should return that. Do those need to, I mean, it's not the order, right? I don't know how the I can't imagine that has anything to do with it. But I don't know how how a Cloudflare worker loads. Cannot read properties of undefined. Okay, that's a different error. Because we need to send the request as well. Wow, it really was the order. So you have to load, you have to have the functions declared before they're used. Interesting. That's not the way I would expect JavaScript to operate. But no idea how it's implemented. I'm sure for performance. Maybe it's because for performance it's a single pass interpreter, or probably they compile it, but for speed it's a single pass. I'm betting it's WebAssembler and it's not a multi-pass, and that's why. But that is total conjecture and not based on anything, any evidence. All right. So we can get rid of our logging. So now we have, and we can actually put this in. No, it's fine. We don't need it to be created on every invocation of our endpoint. It probably spins up quite infrequently, but that's okay. So I'm happy with that. So now we can look at just our post. Let's say we receive if body dot before we do that, let's look at so I was going to receive, say, a username and password, just as an example type thing, but I think maybe we want to experiment with parameters before we go down that route. So as in, Postman, where'd you go? I'm not sure if this actually needs to be okay. So I wasn't sure if it would, in our functions, the root gets created through the folder structure. For the worker, it seems that that's not quite the case. And by function, I mean a pages function and not just a function within the file. So within here, okay, so this should let us handler is not defined. What the hell did I what? What? What changed? How? Oh, so it actually is. No, what? Oh, because I deleted the wrong thing. I thought I was deleting. I just meant to delete the logging of it. Okay. But we do want to log the request. Okay. And the request. So we have the method. Let's see what happens there. Clear. So the request URL, return the full URL. That's quirky. Let's just make sure that it's that we're looking at the right log line. Yeah, our request. So the URL is actually returning the full URL. So is it maybe request.path? Oh, are we actually getting? Path is undefined. All right, I have to go back to the documentation, but okay, wait, here we go. Property of request. Input, okay. So we just want like the URL's path, not the full URL. I mean, we could theoretically parse it, but that seems potentially error prone. I would absolutely expect that okay. See, there's where we had to take the promise of JSON and await it before we would actually have the body. Seems super weird not to have the path, but I'm guessing everything is super stripped down to increase speed, so everything you don't need. Is stripped out. Just try searching the... This is where we are. Product worker request. Okay, so let's try... What are you doing? Extract the path of from the request URL. Ah, interesting. That is much better than trying to parse the... Hello. What? Log. Trying to parse the string. Although it might be less efficient, I'm not actually sure. Okay, so we have a path now. Okay, we aren't... I thought this was logging the log we had before, which was logging the whole URL. Okay, so if that's our path, actually handling each of those, I'm wondering how you actually should do that within worker. So if we wanted to handle all of the actions for users, and the action being a login, I wonder what the proper way to do that within a worker, or at least the recommended way would be. Mm-hmm. What's fauna? Oh, document database. Hono. What is Hono? Hono is a light, fast-weight web. Interesting. Well, Hono examples. Blog. Durable objects. What are Cloudflare durable objects? Durable objects. Available on paid plans. Cloudflare D1 available on free plans. Might be looking into that as opposed to just our key value store. That could be interesting. Hey there, Shirklin. Sorry. How are you? Let's see. Where were we? So we were looking at Hono, which is like Express or something like that, but for the edge. And then we looked at the examples. Let's just look at a basic example. Actually, this is pretty cool. So if you're on GitHub and you press the full stop or period key, GitHub will open a VS Code window in your browser. So you can actually navigate the code as if you were in VS Code. Examples. Where were we? Node.js examples. Oh, we were in basic. Basic source. So created a new. Is today Wednesday. Good grief. I hear the rubbish pickup truck outside for the neighbors. Powered by. What is Hono powered by? That's just going to take us to the, yeah, whatever. So that is how, yeah. That's middleware for anything within hello. Adding more middleware. Custom 404 message. Custom error messages for 500s. All right, so adding a handler for get slash for get hello. For each entry receive. Okay, nice. Nice. I wonder what the adoption of Hono is. Let's try to use some more words then. Framework for the edges. Ultrafast. Hono. Framework. Well, I say 2024, but it's probably too early in the year to. Nope. Well, we could look here and see what the popularity on NPM is. 20,000 downloads this week. Okay, that's not popular on version 3. Hono means flame in Japanese. Nice. Let's try it. Why not? What's it hurt? Oh, yeah, no, let's open that back up. KV bindings. Close that one. So that's there. And we don't need fauna. So that's the our Tommel is saying that source index is the entry point. Close that. Yeah, this is the one with fauna, which describes the I'm not going to use fauna, but we might try D1. Probably not today, maybe tomorrow. But let's start with just installing. Oh no. Okay, npm install. Oh no. Now, let's just comment that all out for now. Is this a JavaScript or is this a TypeScript? Okay, I think that I get confused between the different types of imports. So now, if we get slash, it should return that if everything works the way. So that may or may not do anything. Oh. Oh no. Okay. So that means if we add yeah, I'm good. How about you? Thanks for coming by, Shirklin. Trying to expand our knowledge on the workers that we started yesterday. Was hoping to get to JWTs, but doesn't look like we're going to do that today. Maybe tomorrow, but also found that we can use D1, which is a SQL database that's free on Cloudflare. So we'll try playing with that tomorrow, which will be extremely useful within the context of JWTs. Well, at least the refresh. An actual JWT is nothing. I wanted to learn more about the path handling, and then the rabbit hole led us to digging into Hono, which is, it seems saner because Hono has some activity. It seems saner than trying to write our own. So yeah, let's just add another route that's easy enough. So we come back to Postman. Where are you? Where are you? So no. And then there was hello. Internal server error. I don't know if it's the space. Oh, did I not? Hello, name. Hello, param name. What'd you not like? Error reading name. Okay. See param's name. ID const c equals c rec param name. Request dot param dot name. Hello param. That's not what I was expecting. Let's see. All right, let's just double check here. So that's interesting. Book is a new. Oh, a nested root. Okay. All right, that's fine. So, okay, because it's param was a method, right? Or a function. Method. Yeah. And name. Hey, here we go. Got it. Cool. All right, so we know how to access a root with a parameter, and if we do that, that should fail because, or give us a 404 because that root's not found. So then let's try a post. So post. Yeah, that'll work for now. And then we can try this is a post to hello. Now from here I don't know if Hono automatically I don't know if that actually works. Let's go back to the docs and look for a post. Let's try for a body. I'm not seeing it processing any of the, let's see, documentation, do the docs. So we want to receive JSON in the body and process it. And we saw earlier that processing JSON directly from Cloudflare in the fetch, you have to await it because it's a string. API request JSON. Here we go. That's exactly what I wanted to know. Okay. Oh, because we're missing that. Wait, because this needs to be async. Okay, so if we post the hello now, we should receive back our foobar. All right. Okay, that's interesting. Nice. Yeah, I think now we should look into D1 because we could take this and do something somewhat significant with it. So let's go back to where was D1? D1. It's a shame these aren't in some sort of category. I mean, I see obviously that we have storage. There we go. I think that's... Did that change? So we use the key value R2. I think that's large amounts of unstructured. So let's look at that. I just wanted to know more about overview. Is it me, or are these just not really? Okay, so some sort of object storage. So is this like an, yeah, bucket? So it's like S3. Okay, and then hyperdrive is on paid plans. Okay, so that's like taking your... That's interesting. So taking your database and distributing it globally. Cool. D1. Serverless SQL database to query from your workers and page projects. Yes, that's absolutely something we're into, and it's available in the free plan. See what the pricing is. Just, we can read 5 million rows a day. I really doubt our little test app's going to do anything like that. 75 cents per gigabyte. Gigabyte. Regardless of whatever they're supposed to mean, it's not always what they actually mean, and it could be units of 1,000 or units of 1024. I think that should be gigabyte, not gigabit. But read the fine print always. All right. Storage options. Ah, this is what I've been looking for. Just a short list of what the things are and what they do. Key value store, we know. Object storage, where S3 compatible is required. Transactional, globally coordinated storage. I'm still unclear on what that means. So this is an SQL database, a queue, connecting and speeding up access to on-premises databases. Nice. Vectorize for AI. All right. Nothing there. Limits. So 10 databases, that's fine. Maximum database size is 500 meg. Maximum storage is 500 gig. What? I guess that's storage per full account? I'm not sure. 7 days free recovery. maximum columns per table. All right, I'm not seeing anything that looks strange. All right, so I wonder if we create D1 through Wrangler. Yeah, here we go. Wrangler D1 create. Oh, and I did find out that the numbers, these numbers are not sensitive. They are just bound to an account. So even anyone publicly having these numbers, they can't do anything with it. So it's not a secret. It's not a sensitive bit of information that anybody could do anything with. So I was happy to hear that, because it's awfully hard not to expose those numbers while trying to show this. So we can, we actually are going to need to be back in here. So we want npx wrangler d1 create. I'll call this, what do they call theirs? Just, my worker D1 -1. Cool. I'll grab that. Put that in there, I think. And just checking to make sure that making that change didn't break anything. I wouldn't think so. Okay, so now we did that. Available in your worker on env.db. We're in a query. Schema.sql. Okay. Wait, where do we put that? In the root? Or okay, so that's executing. Just use the exact. So a new file. Schema.sql. Execute. Execute the database name. Database name. Local file schema SQL. Why is VS Code acting so weird? Right, clear. So that exists now. Let's just look at this. Create table, insert values. So we have 4 values. Inserted. npx wrangler d1 execute. We need to actually update our database name. Select star from customers. Nice. So we have a database. It has some information in it. env dot Alright, so if we take our index, so those all do those things. So now let's just do an out.get customers. Nice. Boy, Copilot sure does help sometimes. It also hurts sometimes when it does the wrong thing. Await env. Are we awaiting it? Yeah. And that should be env. env. And it's actually db. Actually, let's take this instead. But that, yeah, I think that'll work. I think that'll work. We don't need that, not right now, because we just want everything. Because there's only 4. And customers. Okay, no failure loading. So now if we go to the post there, let's do a get on hello, and now customers. Internal server error. Okay. env is not defined. env is not defined. Okay, so Cloudflare, you know, maybe it is that that Hono takes from Cloudflare the environment. So env is passed into fetch. So we need to understand how Hono reads environment variables, but the environment is passed in. So Cloudflare env Hono. c.env. Nice. c.env. And what is C supposed to stand for there? Context? Is that what they're... Did they actually mention that anywhere? don't see anywhere where they mention why they're using C for the variable name. Anyway, oh, I don't even know if I saved. I did save. D1 error, no such table customers. Binding DB. Binding DB. D1 error. No table customers. Select star from customers. I'm pretty sure local means to execute a local command, not a remote command or script. And we're saying that our command is this. My worker D1, which we're getting from here, which the binding is DB, which has the name there, a database ID. Let's just go over to Cloudflare. And look at D1. B6E, yeah, that is right. Do we just execute a show all the table? Okay, so slash tables. This query executed. So there are no tables? Clear. Local. Execute commands files against a local DB for use with Wrangler Dev. Okay. Okay. How? So I thought local meant that it was executing it. So let's take out the local. Actually, so it's okay. So we should have now slash tables and select star from customers. Okay, so we have data in the database both locally and remotely. By default, the application is trying to read from the remote. Actually, it's not by default. It's because I have -- remote there. Because we were accessing the key value store that's remote. Now maybe there's a local for the key value store, and we might want to try that at some point when we switch between a local and a local development and a production style environment. But right now, why did customers come back empty? Await, prepare, all. If I am understanding, I can't find my web browser. And where were we? Here. So that was DB prepare. We didn't need to do a DB prepare because it's not a prepared statement. So we didn't need to do a bind. So I wonder if it's just a select. We will need this prepared query, client API, prepare. Okay. Select where about. No, so it's okay. If we add in, I mean, I don't know if prepare is always used or if it's just when you're adding limitations, but let's just add a limit. Limit 10. Sure, that's exactly what I was going to go for. Why no results? Why no results? Because I am. So the prepare can return a statement. And that's not an await. Constant statement equals const customers equals await statement dot all. Raw equals that. Oh. Wait, no, so that's the raw, but all statement all. So all alright, let's just say results equals the full thing, and let's console log results. Hello, what are you doing? Let's try returning the results. Here, let's clear that. Okay, so we got results. And And within results, it's the results. Oh, I'm such a fool sometimes. Because it was extracting the name. And I tried to just rename it customers. You can't do that, you big dummy. There we go. So there's the customers. So that is the return of the customers. So that is for all customers. So now let's do a... Yeah, exactly that. Thank you, Copilot. Exactly that. Thank you, Copilot. And actually just customer/ID. And do we have an ID? Customer ID 1, 4, 11, and 13. What? See, I'm about to leave myself. This is just the last thing. I just wanted to get that 1, 4, 11, and 13. Why? Why is it? Oh, why didn't you work? Come on, last thing. I gotta go. Wrong number of parameter bindings. Oh, because I did accepting the silly old because we need dot bind, and this is statement dot all here. I think that's it. Yay! 1, and now 4. And the other number is 11 or 13. 11. 13. I really do not understand why 12 doesn't exist. Anyway, cool. So we have a database running in Cloudflare for free, which is pretty cool. We haven't deployed our worker, but all that requires is npx wrangler wow, what is wrong with you fingers? Is it just deploy? Okay, so that's deploying. And let's just see the status of that deployment. Workers, my worker, deployment. That one is active, so if we come back here and if we go to root, this should say hello. Or Hono, then hello, and then customers, and customer 1. Sweet. So all for free, all in Cloudflare. We have a worker that has an SQL-like database backing it. And we've experimented with the framework Hono, which absolutely is a lot more sane than the doing it by hand or self-rolling a handler within Fetch. Now, whether actually, let's add that back to there, commented out. Whether Hono has any overhead that is a problem, that's still something to be investigated. But nice. So I hope you found this interesting. I sure did. And if you're not, please follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you want to talk to us, join us on the Discord server, devopsdave.net/Discord. Thanks. Hope to see you soon. Bye.